Every Thursday night, my friends and I gather for our sacred ritual, poker night. It's a time-honored tradition where we swap stories, drink a little too much, and pretend we're high-rolling gamblers instead of just a bunch of middle-aged dudes using pennies as chips. This week's gathering started just like any other. We settled into our usual seats around the table in my basement, a dingy yet endearing space that my wife lovingly calls the man cave. As we were shuffling through pizza boxes and beer cans, Dave, who is infamous for being both lucky and a bit of a wild card, triumphantly announced that he had brought his special lucky deck to spice things up. Now, Dave's lucky deck was something of a legend among us. He swears by it, claiming it once helped him win a game against his mother-in-law, who is by all accounts a ferocious card player. So, naturally, we were intrigued but not overly concerned, until we started noticing something peculiar about the cards. They were a bit more colorful than usual, and I could have sworn I saw a draw 4 card flash by. But it wasn't until halfway through the game, when Mike was dealt a reverse card, that realization hit us like a ton of bricks. We weren't playing poker at all. We were playing some unholy hybrid of Texas Hold'em and Uno. By this point, confusion reigned supreme. Dan was trying to figure out how to go all in with a skip card, while Tom was desperately searching for a rulebook that didn't exist. Dave, however, seemed unfazed. In fact, he was thriving. As the evening wore on, we found ourselves so entangled in this ridiculous game that we forgot what the rules of poker were supposed to be. I vaguely remember someone trying to call a bluff with a wild card, only for it to be countered by a draw 2. It was chaos, but the kind of chaos that makes for legendary stories later on. Finally, after countless hands of whatever monstrosity we were playing, the climax of the night unfolded. In an unexpected twist, Dave stood up with a triumphant grin, slammed his remaining cards on the table, and yelled Uno. We all sat there, mouths agape, too bewildered to protest. The room fell into a stunned silence, eventually broken by Mike's slow clap. Dave had somehow won our poker game by playing Uno, proving once and for all that his lucky deck was indeed magical. As we packed up for the night, I couldn't help but think that maybe the real luck was in our friendship, or perhaps in the fact that none of us knew how to play poker in the first place.